Greetings, parents and scholars. Good afternoon, good morning to some. Let's start again with our wonderful work for this week. Today, we're going to be learning and revisiting and practicing multiplying two-digit numbers by two-digit numbers. The scholars learned this skill earlier in the year with Ms. Holmes, and I came in and kind of, tweaked it, revised it. And so we're going to go back into practice and reviewing that skill, multiplying two-digit numbers by two-digit numbers. So let's jump right in. I'm going to be giving two examples, but I'm going to show each example two different ways. I'm going to do the traditional regrouping method, and I'm also going to do the rectangular array method as well for both of the problems. So I'm going to do two problems, and each problem are going to be shown in two different ways to get the same answer. So let's get started. So my first problem is going to be, and I'm going to make this big so you all can see. My first problem I'm going to do is I am going to do 47. Make sure my draw is on. 47 times, and I'm going to color coordinate my work so you all can have a very visual idea of what I'm doing. Times 35. 47 times 35. And first, I'm going to show you all the standard regrouping method. This is the regrouping method. This is what I'm doing first, regrouping method. So let me rewrite my problem down here. I have 47 times 35. I want to go back. So when I'm doing my regrouping method, I'm going to start by mentally multiplying, starting with my my units or my ones place. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to multiply first 5 times 7, which is 35. I'm going to put my 5 down here. Oops, I'm going to make this one in green. So we all can know. This first one is going to be in green. My first partial product is going to be in green. 5 times 7 is 35. So I'm going to put my 5 down. And I'm going to carry my 3. Then I'm going to multiply 5 times 4, which is 20. Then I'm going to add the 3. I'm going to add the 3. So 5 times 4 equals 20. 20 plus 3 equals 23. So my first partial product is 235. Oops. Partial product. And then next, I'm going to do the second one. This time, I'm going to, before I even start, now I'm moving over to the next place value. I'm moving over to the next place value. I'm moving over to the next place value. So I'm going to put a 0 in my placeholder right here. Because now I'm moving past my units. Now I'm going straight to my tens. Or I'm moving from my ones place. Now I'm over to my tens place. So first, I'm going to, and let me erase this 3. There we go. So first, I'm going to start by multiplying 3 times 7. 3 times 7 is 21. I want to put my 1 down and carry my 2. So then next, I'm going to multiply 3 times 4. 3 times 4 equals 12, plus 2 equals 14. I'm going to make sure that I'm lining my numbers up. I'm going to put a 0 as my placeholder. And this is my second partial product. Partial product. And so now when I have both of my partial products, I am going to add my partial products together. I'm going to add both of my partial products together. 5 plus 0 equals 5. 3 plus 1 equals 4. 2 plus 4 equals 6. And 0 plus 1 equals 1. So my answer is 1,645. 1,645. I think. Yes. So I will write my answer over here. 1,645. And that's my regrouping method. I'm going to start again by multiplying in my ones place. My 5, I'm going to multiply that to 7. And I'm going to multiply that to the 4. I put my 5 down because I know that 7 times 5 equals 35. I put my 5 down. I carry my 3. And the 3 was over here. Oops. No, my 3 was over here. And so 20 plus 3 is 23. Then I move down. I put a placeholder in my ones place. And now I'm in my tens place. I'm going to start in my tens place. 3 times 7 equals 21. I put my 1 down and I carry my 2. Then I multiply 3 times 4, which is 12, plus 2 is 14. And I put my 14 down. And then I add my 2 partial products together, and I got 1,645. The next method I'm going to show, I'm going to leave this on the screen so everyone can see. I want to move this down. The next method I'm going to use, and this is going to be a little more representative of similar to what the children already know. And this is called the array method. The array method. My first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a box. I'm going to draw a rectangular array. I'm going to draw a box. And in this box, I'm going to have 4 squares. Each square is going to represent a number. My first number I'm going to write is my first 2-digit number, which is 47. And I'm going to write this number in expanded form. I'm going to write this number in expanded form. So I have 4 tens, which equals to 40. And I have 7 ones. So if I add 40 tens and 7 ones, or 4 tens and 7 ones, I will get 47. And I'm going to do the same for my other 2-digit number. I'm going to put my tens first. I have 3 tens. That represents 30. And I have 5 ones, and I'm going to put 5. And the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm just going to solve this problem. Now, instead of I'm going to multiply and put each product in a box. So let's start with 30 times 40. I know that 3 times 4 equals 12. And now I'm going to add my 2 zeros. And that gives me 1,200 or 1,200. Now I'm going to go to my next box. I know that 7 times 3 is 21. And I'm going to just add my 0 and make it 210. And then I'm going to move down to this next row. I'm moving down to this next row on the bottom. I know that 5 times 4 equals 20. And I'm going to add this 0 to make it 200. And then I know that 7 times 5 is 35. And I don't have anything to bring down because that's only in that place value. Next, I'm going to write down all of these numbers. So 1,200, 210, 200, 35. And I'm going to add all of these numbers together. I'm going to add all of these numbers together. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 5 equals 5. 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 3 equals 4. 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 equals 1. I have my ones, my tens, my hundreds, comma, thousands. My final answer is 1,645. I'm going to basically add, you probably can't see that. Let me make that a different color. I'm going to add all of these boxes together. And that's how I get 1,645. Yes, I'm going to do another example of both methods. Let me clear my board. So the next number I'm going to do for the second example is 97 times 53. Yes, and I'm going to split the screen. So one side is going to be for my regrouping method, and the other one is going to be for my rectangular array method. So this is my regrouping method over here. And then over here is going to be my array method. So let's start with our regrouping method first. So I'm going to make my numbers. I'm going to rewrite them in a different color. I'm going to write my first number in green, 97. And I'm going to make my second number in burgundy, 53. And make sure I put my multiplication symbol. My first step is I'm going to start with my units. Start with my ones. I want to multiply 3 times 7, which is 21. I put my 1 down, and I'm going to carry my 2. Yes. Now I'm going to multiply 3 times 9, which is 27, plus I'm going to add this 2 at the top. 27 plus 2 is 29. So my first partial product is 291. That's my first partial product, 291. So I'm going to write over here, partial product. And I am going to move this in smaller so it doesn't interfere. And so the next thing now, I'm going to do my second number. So let's start with our tens. Now we're going to start with our tens place. 5 times 7 is 35. Put my 5 down, carry my 3. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 3 is 48. I'm going to fill in my placeholder. I'm going to also fill in my placeholder. So now I have another partial product. And once I get a partial product, I'm going to add the two together. When I get a partial product, I'm going to add the two together, both of them. So 1 plus 0 is 1. 9 plus 5 is 14. Put my 4 down. I'm going to carry my 1. 8 plus 2 equals 10, plus 1 equals 11. And 4 plus 0 equals 4, plus 1 is 5. And I have my ones, tens, hundreds, comma, thousand. So my final answer is 5,141. My next statement, or my next model, is my array model. It's my array model. So I'm going to first start by rewriting my number, and I'm going to make sure I write this 2 in another color. So colors just help you all coordinate. It just helps you coordinate. So I'm going to use pink for my first number, which is 97. Give me 1 second. 97. And then my second 2-digit number, I'm going to write in orange, 53. And I'll make sure I make my multiplication sign. So now I'm going to draw an array. An array is just a rectangular box. And I'll make sure, since I have 4 numbers, individual numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to have 4 boxes. And on top, I'm going to make my first 2-digit number. So I'm going to make it in expanded form. Remember, expanded form is when we make the number in its place value, or what that number represents as its place value. So let's look at my 97. 97 has 9 tens. So I'm going to make 9 tens. 9 tens equals 90. And it has 7 ones. 7. My next number has 5 tens, which make it 50. And it has 3 units. Cool. So now we're ready to multiply our numbers across. We're going to start with starting with the 50. I know that, and I'm going to multiply 50 to the two top rows. So 50 times 90, or 5 times 9 is 45. And I'm going to add my 2 zeros to make 4,500 or 4,500. Next, I'm going to multiply 5 and 7. 5 times 7 is 35. And I'm going to add the 0 attached to make 350. Next, I'm going to move down to my unit, or my ones, and I'm going to multiply both of these numbers by 3. 3 times 9 equals 27. And I'm going to add my 0 to make it 270. And then 3 times 7 is 21. And my last step is I'm going to write all of these numbers. And when I write all of these numbers, try to make sure that they are all evenly lined up. Being evenly lined up will help tremendously with the next step. Okay, and 21. Then I'm going to add all of these amounts together. I'm going to add all of these amounts together. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 equals 1. 2 plus 7 is 9. Plus 5 is 14. Carry my 1. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Plus 5 equals 10. Plus 1 equals 11. And 4 plus 1 equals 5. I have my ones, tens, hundreds, comma, thousands. So my answer is 5,141, which is the same as my regrouping method. Yes? So those were my 2 examples, giving you both the regrouping method and the array method. Do whatever method works the best for you. If you know that you are very exquisite and you know all of your multiplication facts, go ahead and try doing the regrouping method. If you need that visualization chart or you need to physically see the numbers broken down smaller, then go ahead and use the array chart. They're both are going to lead you to the same answer. Before your assignment, you can choose either method. You can either choose to do the regrouping method or you can choose to do the array method. It is totally up to you. Do what makes you all feel comfortable. I am here if you need me. Please watch this video over and over again if you still need help. If not, you can reach out to me through Class Dojo, through text, through phone call, and I will do my best to assist you in any way that I can. Scholars and parents, have a wonderful rest of the day and enjoy. Thanks. Bye.